Yo guys, Boy back here with another video. This is my NXT Takeover Dallas preview predictions video. To be honest, I'm looking I'm looking forward to this show a lot more than WrestleMania. I just think the matches from top to bottom are insane. I mean, and they're gonna be insane. Just looking at the card and the whole roster in general is just there's a lot of different options they could have gone with. I just think the roster is so talented, and it's good to have NXT because obviously with WWE's product as it is now, there's a lot of shows, especially like Monday Night Raw, that's disappointing. But whenever Wednesday comes about, I know I'm not going to be disappointed by NXT's show. So that is remarkable in itself that they've made that show so good that you're pretty much anticipating it to be really good, but you're never really let down either. So yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, I'm doing this as of Wednesday, so the last NXT show before NXT Takeover Dallas is tonight. And the first match I want to talk about and predict is a match that I think is expected to be announced tonight, which is Elias Sampson versus Apollo Crews. Obviously, if the match happens, which is pretty likely, I think it's going to be announced. That's going to be a great match. I really like what they've been doing with Elias Sampson recently. I just think his character is really really interesting, and his matches, obviously he lost his last match on NXT, but before that he was just steamrolling through opponents, and I kind of like the way they had him lose that match but then beat up, for the life of me I can't remember who he was up against last week, but he was just destroying him after the match, and obviously Apollo Crews came out to to help out and stop him. So and obviously Apollo Crews is a beast, so that's going to be a really good match. If I'm being honest, I think Apollo Crews is going to get the win. I mean, he's lost a few matches recently. Obviously he lost to Finn Balor not too long ago, and the last main show they had, Takeover London, he lost to Baron Corbin. So I'm going to go with Apollo Crews to win this match. Should be an amazing match. I don't know the order of when the matches are going to be, but that should be a great match. The next match I want to talk about is Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is one of my favorite guys in NXT, and he's one of my favorite superstars in NXT and WWE put together. He's an absolute beast. Austin Aries, obviously, goes without saying, one of the best wrestlers on the planet. So that's going to be, again, it's like I'm going to say each match is going to be amazing because they are. I think Austin Aries is going to get the win though. In his first match, I don't see him losing. I mean, he could, but I just think he'll get the win over Baron Corbin. Again, an amazing match though. The next match we have is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. I mean, like, the first two matches, if that's not good enough, and then you just get this match, which is even more insane. Obviously Sami Zayn has been on the main roster recently, and I think obviously this will be his last match on NXT for, well, at least a while, because I think he might do a Neville situation where he might come back and have one or two matches now and again, but after Takeover Dallas, I think he will be, he pretty much is now part of the main roster anyway, and I think he'll be in a feud with Kevin Owens for the IC title. So I do see this being his last match on NXT, and obviously with Shinsuke Nakamura in his first match, I think Nakamura is going to get the win over Sami Zayn. Again, a bit like Austin Aries, you could have him lose the first match, but it doesn't, it doesn't really make much sense. I think Nakamura should and will win the match, and obviously Sami Zayn go on, to, I was going to say better things, but I'm not sure that's the right word. But being in a feud with Kevin Owens for the IC title on the main roster is going to be epic. So, but yeah, Nakamura, I think will get the win over Zayn in this one. Next match I want to talk about is for the NXT Tag Team titles. Obviously the Revival, Dash and Dawson, just beasts as champs, and probably the best heel tag team in WWE and NXT put together. They're just everything they do is really good, and they've got a lot of charisma about them, and they're so-called heelish moves and dirty moves, they pull them off so well. I mean, the match against Enzo and Big Cass at Roadblock, just amazing how they ended up winning the match. So, but obviously they're going up against American Alpha, which is going to be that's going to be amazing. Obviously with Enzo and Big Cass going to the main roster, probably the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. That's going to give American Alpha the top spot on NXT as the like babyface tag team, and they are they are probably my favorite tag team on NXT just because of Enzo and Big Cass going to the main roster. I mean, there's only really 3 tag teams I really like that much in WWE and NXT put together, which is the New Day, Enzo and Big Cass, and American Alpha. I like the Revival, obviously, Dash and Dawson, but in terms of baby faces, and I do want American Alpha to win this match, and I think they will. I think we'll see, obviously, the tag team titles change hands, and American Alpha, win the belts. Something Enzo and Big Cass, weren't able to do at Takeover London. So, yeah, I think American Alpha will get the tag team titles, and that's going to be one of the best tag team matches in a long time. I mean, the match at Roadblock between the Revival and Enzo and Big Cass was insane. So if this match gets anywhere close to that or even better, I'll be happy with that. The next match is for the NXT Women's Championship, Bayley versus Asuka. In my opinion, the 2 best women's wrestlers on NXT. Bayley she's like the John Cena, but woman version, and a much more liked person by the whole crowd. I mean, obviously John Cena has his fans, but he also has his haters. I think Bayley she's just that lovable, down to earth type girl. So Bayley is amazing. Obviously Asuka, she's one of my favorite wrestlers, in the company right now. That's going to be an insane match, and this is really tough to predict, but I'm going to go with Bayley to retain the NXT Women's title. I just don't think she'll lose it yet, because when she does lose it, I think she will go to the main roster, and I don't think that's going to happen yet. So I'm going to go with Bayley to retain in an amazing women's match. And obviously the last match we've got is for the NXT Championship. Finn Balor, obviously champion, versus Samoa Joe in a rematch of their match at Takeover London. Again, this is going to be one of the best matches of the whole weekend, and one of the best matches I've seen in a long, long time. I'm a huge fan of both. Samoa Joe, the match against Sami Zayn was incredible. The nearly hour-long, 2 out of 3 falls match, and obviously Finn Balor has just been an utter beast, in NXT, and obviously being NXT champion. He's been NXT champion for ages now, so that's going to be an amazing match. This is the toughest one to predict out of any match, in my opinion, because I think whoever loses has a great chance of going to the main roster. So I think basically in my opinion, whoever loses is going to go to the main roster, probably on the Raw after WrestleMania. And I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to go with Samoa Joe to beat Finn Balor and become the new NXT champion. I just think with all the publicity, Finn Balor has been getting with the Balor Club or Bullet Club, whatever they're going to be called, I just think he is going to make his main roster debut after WrestleMania. I think WWE could use Finn Balor on the main roster, and yeah, so that pencils in my eyes Samoa Joe to become the new NXT champion, which will maybe be. I mean, it's going to be tough because there are going to be so many great matches, but that could be the match of the night. But then again, a lot of the others could be as well. So it's just going to be an amazing show. The results, I'm really not too fussed on. I just want to see some amazing wrestling and just an amazing show, which I think we're going to get. So yeah, guys, that's my NXT Takeover Dallas preview predictions video. I'll also have my WrestleMania 32 predictions up later today. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below, with who you think is going to win the matches. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, guys. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and see you soon, guys. Bye.